Hey guys, welcome back again to the Rubric Daily. I'm the host, Chris, and this is a podcast daily show for busy parents looking to get stronger, fitter, and healthier. And this week is accountability week, and yesterday we talked about the act of keeping score as an accountability tool, so tracking what you're doing, showing up every day, making sure you're being the best version of yourself. Today, got lots of notes in this one. Today we're going to talk about super friends. So this is still series 1 of the Rubric Daily. It's episode 12 and talking all about super friends and about surrounding yourself with a bunch of people who enable you to be the best version of yourself. And there's a thing out called, there's a tool called the 6 Thinking Hats, which is what people use as a business tool to, when they're creating projects, they've got people wear different hats to give you what you need and give answers to your questions. So I've done a spin on it and called it the 6 super friend personality traits. And they are, so you got the accountant, the cheerleader, the happiness sucker, which is kind of funny when you think about this one. It doesn't really seem like it could be your help, but it is. The yogi, the inventor, and the planner. Those names give you an idea of what they do to help you, but I'm going to go through each one now. So you got friends who are the accountant, the person who just calls for info. Like, just give me the facts. All I want to know is the facts. Like, what have you done? What are you doing? How much did you do this week? They just want to see the stuff that you're either doing or you're not doing, and they shine a light on it. It's kind of like that tool we talked about yesterday, which is keeping track. They want to see daily stats, like how many days a week did you practice it this week? That's your friend who is like, okay, I love this idea that you got there. What are you doing to get it done? That's your accountant. They are the person who could be really powerful tool to keeping you on track. And then we've got the cheerleader, which is, a lot of people think this is the only person they need, and they are your biggest fan. They will wave pom-poms, they will talk you up, they will motivate you, they will give you all the goodness they can give you to make you show up and be a better version of you. So they build you up when you're feeling down, they give you massive props when you're kicking ass. So they're the ones that always like your motivational posts and all those kinds of things. They're your cheerleader friend, and I think everybody needs a cheerleader friend. Alright, the next one is the happiness sucker, which a lot of people think is a weird thing to have as a friend, but it's the negative Nancy, the devil's advocate who always finds things wrong in the plan that you're doing. Like, they always pick on things like, why are you doing this? Or say, I'm training really hard, and they're like, why are you training hard? You're already lean. Just stuff like that, like just annoying things sometimes, but they can also be super powerful in the sense, like, they throw a lot of obstacles in your way just by mentioning them. Like, I want to train for a marathon, and they're like, oh, what about your kids? I want to train for Spartan, hey Jimmer, and they go, what about strength training? How are you going to get strength training in? They just throw negative Nancy stuff in there all the time, but if you use it in a good way, which I'll talk about later, but you can use, most people can be motivated by doing stuff in spite of the negative Nancy, which is in spite of the happiness sucker, or you use the objections that they've given you that say, put all these barriers up in front of you that they mention, you can figure out ways to overcome them, which another friend can help with which we're going to talk about in a sec. And then you got the yogi, which is all about emotions and feeling good and going with your guts and with your passions and being happy with what you're doing, and that's the yogi friend, which can be helpful. It sounds like the cheerleader, but the cheerleader is more just motivating you, while the yogi is about everyone in the circle is feeling special about themselves and doing the things that make them feel passionate. So that's the yogi friend, which can be super helpful when you have decisions to make. They can be helping you to go with your gut, which is usually the best decision anyway. And then you got the inventor, which I reckon the inventor and the happiness sucker work together. The inventor is someone who can overcome obstacles with you. So say the happiness sucker throws up all these barriers and obstacles in front of your face. The inventor is the person who can come back and say, well, why don't you just do this? And they give you ideas on things on how to get through certain obstacles and barriers. So that's what I reckon the inventor is. And then you got the planner. The planner is the person who comes with you on the journey and keeps you on the path. So using a theoretical path, we all have this problem. When we're starting on a goal, going towards that goal, we see shiny object syndrome and we start strolling away from the path towards the shiny object. Your planner pulls you back onto the path and keeps you going on track to where you need to be. And that can be super powerful, because shiny object syndrome, although it makes it feels like you're doing something in relation to your goal, usually takes you further away from it. So they're the 6 steps, like the 6 super friend personality traits that you might need to help you get towards your goal. So you got the accountant, the cheerleader, the happiness sucker, the yogi, the inventor, and the planner. So how do you figure out which one you need right now? So just look at look at what you're doing and see what's lacking with you at the moment. Like, do you need someone to be your cheerleader to pump you up? Find your friend who is your biggest cheerleader and start talking to them and let them know that's what you want them to do for you. Say you go to them with this stuff and they try and be the happiness sucker and start putting negative stuff towards you. Just say, hey, I just want you to be my cheerleader right now. And then you just get them to do that. They will be okay with it, especially if you tell them why you're wanting them to do that. You'd help trying to get towards your goal, and this is what you need help from them by. And you're bringing them into your circle of awesomeness to help you get there. Always share what you're trying to do with your close friends, and then try and get what you need from each friend. You don't need to have one friend that gives you everything. Find different people to help you towards your goal. The other thing to think about too, if you can't find people to fit these gaps, so remember that the accountant is the person who highlights what's going well and what's not going well. The cheerleader motivates you for everything that you do, being it good or bad. They will bring you up and pump you up to keep going. The happiness sucker throws barriers and obstacles in your way, which can be a good thing because you can work around them. The yogi, who is the person who's spiritual in your circle, who makes you feel positive and makes sure you're going with your gut and doing the things that are in alignment with the best version of you. The inventor is the person who is able to help you overcome obstacles that come up in your way. And then the planner is the guy that keeps you, or the girl that keeps you on that path and keep moving towards that goal. So if you are struggling to find friends to fit those categories, that's when a coach can be helpful. A good coach should blend and mold into whatever personality trait is missing in your circle of awesomeness so you can get towards the next step. So if you're got your cheerleader, you got a friend who's a cheerleader, you got a friend who's a planner, you got a friend who's an inventor, maybe you need a coach who is the happiness sucker to show you all the obstacles that could come up, and then you figure out ways how to overcome them. So when they do come up, it doesn't stop your progress. Or the lot of times the coach is the accountant who tracks your stats and makes sure you're doing the things that you need to do. So that's where a coach can come into this part as well. Also, you may need all of these people at one time. Typically at the start of your journey, you'll need to probably have all 6 personality traits to help you start, so you know barriers or nothing can derail you at the beginning. And then as you get going and build skills, you won't need as many people as possible because you will fall into one of these personality traits for yourself. But what was the next part I was going to say? I lost my track. Yes. So yeah, usually when you start your journey, you need all these people. But let your friends know that you want them in your circle of awesomeness, which is your support group around you getting towards your goals. If you have people that are taking you away from your goals, cull them. They can still be your friends, but don't talk to them about what it is you're doing and trying to do, because they will take you down and they will try and stop you and all these kinds of things. Find friends that fit these 6 personality traits. So the accountant, the person that highlights what you're doing and makes sure you're aware of what you're doing. The cheerleader, the person who motivates you to show up every day. The happiness sucker, the person who makes you aware of what obstacles could show up, which will allow you to figure out how to overcome them. The yogi, the passionate person, the person who wants you to go with your gut and stay in line with your passion and not do things that don't gel with you. The inventor, the person that actually shows you how to overcome obstacles and gives you ideas of what to do to get this stuff done every day. And then the planner is the person who's on the journey with you, which I think is probably the most important thing. Like in Lord of the Rings, Frodo had Samwise. You need someone to come on the journey with you so you can bounce stuff off, and that's the planner, and they keep you on track and don't go off on shiny object syndrome. So that's how super friends can help you become the best version of yourself as a busy parent. Tomorrow we're talking about intentional communities and how you can build your own community, like having super friends, but bigger and better, Because communities working together achieve things faster. So we're going to show you how to create your own intentional community, like Dim has, which he started with Gem on Mondays. It only needs to be 2 people to start, and then you build it up from there. And we're going to show you how to build your own community of strong, fit, and healthy parents. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.